Joe from talkSPORT, and you are watching kitStory. Today, we're checking out one of the UK's most recognisable teams, West Ham United. The club that won the World Cup for us back in '66, right? Founded in 1895 as Thames Ironwork FC, the team of the largest and last surviving shipbuilder on the Thames. They lined up in a Badgers navy blue kit, inspired by owner Arnold Hills, who had been an Oxford University Blue. A year later, they added the Union Jack logo to the jersey. Creative design clearly wasn't at its peak in the late 1800s. By 1897, they had decided that the navy blue wasn't for them and switched it for a classic blue with white shorts and red socks. Very Chelsea-esque if you ask me, not really West Hammy, nah. And they clearly agreed, because 3 years later, they lightened the shade of blue again and even added a stripe of claret onto their shorts. Oh! Thames Ironwork also disbanded, immediately relaunching as West Ham United, so 1900 was a big year. Not forgetting their roots, they go by the nickname the Irons, or the Hammers, which can be seen on the crest. By 1901, the claret has slipped up onto the shirt and had completely taken over the socks. And just 2 years later, that famous West Ham shirt was born, and it hasn't really changed since, apart from experimenting with the buttons and drawstrings on the collar. The 1960s saw West Ham's most successful side take the field in a shirt so stylish that you'd probably find it in any menswear store on the high street. Club legends such as Bobby Moore, Eddie Bovington, Jeff Hurst and Martin Peters all modelled the jumper-like jersey during that period. 1976 saw the first change in kit for the Hammers as they unveiled a new kit for their 1976 European Cup Winners' Cup final. That included a chevron across the chest. That kit has been celebrated ever since with nods to it on more recent kits and even a fashion range launched by West Ham taking inspiration from it. As we hit the 1980s, West Ham's period of success was coming to an end and an era of highs and lows was about to hit. The most notable high being a 1980 FA Cup winner against Arsenal. A single Trevor Brooking goal sealing victory. Incredible when you consider that they were a second division team at the time. And in fact, the last team outside of the top division to win the trophy. Good on you. The 1980s were also the decade that saw the introduction of shirt sponsors for the Hammers. And there have been many beauties since. The book to produce Dagenham Motors kit from 1992 to 1997. I mean, look at the patterns on those. And Feelers Dr. Martens from 1998 to 2003. Who could forget that the Canio volley? Sinclair over the top to the Canio. What a goal! A Premier League classic. And Betway, obviously. That might just be the best one yet. And it was even a sponsor that oversaw West Ham's gigantic move from Upton Park to the Olympic ground. But there have been a couple of horror shows too. The worst one being the Job Serve kit. Most memorable for being the kit involved in West Ham throwing away the 2006 FA Cup final. And who could forget the Brexit kit of 2016? Paying homage to their Thames Ironwork roots, they re-released the classic navy blue kit, complete with the Union Jack badge, which they brought out a month and a half after Britain voted to leave the EU. As cool as the West Ham home kits can be, it's a different story when it comes to their away ones. There have been forgettable ones, trust me. Such as the 1991-92 away kit with the light blue stripes. That wasn't really good, to be honest. Or the 2014-15 dark blue sash down the front. And don't even get me started on the keeper kits. This one from the 06-07 season is enough to put anyone off their food. You almost feel sorry for Roy Carroll that he even had to wear it. And it didn't even put the strikers off. West Ham finishing in a disappointing 15th place in the Premier League that season. A kit so bad, they were fined £5.5 million. Yeah, they covered it up by saying that was for the Tevez and Mascherano deal, but I know the truth. As for the successful kits, there's nowhere else to start than with the 1957-58 kit, an absolute classic, the one they wore during their first league win where they gained promotion to Division 1. 1964-65 saw them win the FA Cup and UEFA Cup Winners' Cup in successive years. The most recent success being in 2012, winning promotion back to England's top flight via the playoffs. In a 2-1 win over Blackpool with goals from Carlton Cole and Ricardo Vazte with a little bit of gold appearing on the shoulders of the shirt. Despite West Ham keeping it traditional with their style, that hasn't stopped them from releasing a new kit every year, and with this season's shirt being priced at £55, it's a pretty penny for any fan wanting to keep up with the style. In fact, Since 2008, they've brought out a new kit every season, sometimes even changing partway through. 2008 shirt sponsor XL went bust, meaning that for the remainder of the season, the club sported squad numbers on the front instead. And lightning struck twice, just 7 years later, when sponsor Apari FX Trading went out of business in January 2015, leaving the Hammers with no shirt sponsor once again. And with the Hammers signing a new deal with Umbro that will last until 2023, we're sure to see some more classics in the coming years. This is Joel from Cheeky Sport, and you've been watching kitStory. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.